Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. We're going over to Hofbräu over in Munich, a fairly popular brewery inside and outside of Germany. I know their beers get exported a lot, and I think even they're brewed in America as well under contract and stuff like that. Even though from what I've heard you actually pay like import prices for the American brewed stuff when you live in America. I don't quite get that logic. But yeah, this is the Maibock, which is clocking in at 7.2%. Now, I've got to admit, I've not had the best experience with Hofbräu. I find some of their beers have just missed the mark for me. Not really done too much. But I'm always interested in a bock, no matter who brews it. It's my favourite style. And the Maibock is a style that I've drank a few, but it's because it's more obviously a seasonal attempt at the bock, you don't really see it all that often. And yeah, a Maibock is pretty much like a lighter, drier and a bit more hoppier than most bocks, I believe. I think similar to the Hellas bock, I'm not too sure. I'm not a beer historian, I'm just a beer drinker of course, and a clueless one at that. So let's see what we get with this one. Nice amount of can smoke on the neck there. Yes, I am using a wheat beer glass, but who cares? And yeah, look at that. It's definitely pouring like I thought it would. Let's try and generate some head in there. There we go. Don't know if you can hear that, but that carbonation is pretty damn active. So, a beer in a glass. Yeah, that's a lovely sort of copper colour. Almost like a burnt sunset. That's a descriptive that I use quite a lot, I found. But yeah, just look at that carbonation. Rush into that just short of 3 fingers worth of a slightly off-white head. Actually slightly tan-coloured head, I'd say. With a mixture of compact but big bubbles, and it looks quite fluffy on top. But yeah, lovely colour to it, lovely clarity. It's what you expect from the style, I suppose. So, let's see if I can get an aroma without spilling any. I get like a slight caramel, biscuity aroma. And then there's like this damp-like quality to it. You definitely have that hop presence. It's a little bit more spiky and spicy. But you definitely get that like classic bock lager sort of aroma. Not too strong on the aroma. This slight like grassiness and herbaceousness to it. But then you're rarely getting that sort of like slightly sweetened malt character there. But it doesn't smell as dense or as rich as like a Doppelbock would do. Yeah, smells not too bad. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Very crisp. For a 7.2% beer, very smashable. Not detecting that alcohol at all. The only slight presence is this almost like liqueur-esque flavour in there. But it's not a harsh one or anything like that. Get like a spiced biscuit sort of flavour there. Sort of like the biscuits you'd put like a strong cheddar on and that sort of thing. You definitely pick up that hop a bit more, but it's not a really hoppy beer. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from a beer like this, from a brewery like this. But it's definitely there. It adds this sort of like almost ever so slight powdery sensation to the beer. Yeah, that alcohol is masked really, really nicely actually. And you could probably get away with this one. Is it the most flavoursome beer that I've ever tried, even in its style? No, not really. It could probably benefit from having a bit more character. But there's no offensive elements to this beer at all. It's a nicely balanced beer. There is a slight sweetness in there, but it never gets too sickly. It's got a nice flavour on the burp, it has to be said. But yeah, that's a pretty run-of-the-mill Maibock. It's just amazing how drinkable and how crisp and refreshing this beer is. And like I was saying, you could definitely get carried away with this one. So, you know what? Very pleasantly surprised by this. It's definitely the best Hofbräu beer that I've tried so far. And yeah, if you get a chance to try it, I wouldn't say it's the best example of the style, but you can get much worse out there and much duller beers. Now that I'm talking, that hop bitterness is lingering on the back end. Almost has this like woody texture to it. So, you know, if you're having like a really hearty dish, this beer is going to complement that perfectly. So with a nice rich gravy or sauce, like red meats, that sort of thing. Perfect roast dinner beer. You could definitely do some nice sauces with this one, incorporating your cooking, that sort of thing. But yeah, very, very, very surprised by that. And out of 10, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really am. I think that's a nice beer. I'm very pleasantly surprised. And for the price that I paid for it, it's worth every cent and more. You know, I think it was about 60 cents for this. I mean, come on. For a beer like that, it's going to be a quick night if you want to get a bit sloshed. Because you're just going to plough through these beers, you really are. So, yeah, Hofbräu Maibock, 8 out of 10. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts and opinions. What's your favourite Maibock? Do you like bocks? That sort of thing. If any of my friends here on YouTube have covered this one, their reviews will be down below. Check out Hofbräu, of course, and check out my Bock playlist for more beer reviews. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you will join me next time. It was nearly a perfect video. Cheers.